The Boston Bruins have provided a major update on defenseman Charlie McAvoy and the status of his injury. We're going to be talking about that and a possible return date, as well as the Bruins making multiple moves ahead of the next game for this team. With a few games remaining and the season continuing to suffer for the Boston Bruins, the pick for this upcoming draft is only getting better and better. We're going to be talking about all these updates here from the Boston Bruins in this video. Very quickly, before we get into it though, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the sub button. Join us here on the channel. We noticed that just over 70% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed, so we have a lot of Bruins news coming. We got draft, we got free agency, we got all of this types of news coming out about injuries and what the plan is for the Bruins offseason. You won't want to miss it. We're going to have it all right here. But without any further ado, let's get into the first topic of this video, starting off with Charlie McAvoy and what is going on with him. From BR Open Ice, Bleacher Report Open Ice, Charlie McAvoy is back at practice in a regular jersey. He has ditched the red no-contact jersey. He has not played since Canada and U.S. in the round-robin game at the Four Nations Faceoff after undergoing a shoulder procedure, which stemmed from an infection off a hit or whatever it was. The whole process, we kind of knew the general idea of what happened, but still don't know the fine details of it. But he is back at practice, now out of a red jersey, and still no timetable, which we will get into here now in a moment, coming from Joe Sacco and everything from what we have. Here's what he had to say. Charlie's out for the out of the red jersey, which is the next step in his progression. Today, he was able to start some initial contact with the group, but we still have no timeline on his return. Now, if this was up to me, if this was my decision right here, right now, for what the status is for Charlie McAvoy for the remainder of the season, you shut him down. You know, Charlie McAvoy obviously has not really played a full season. I don't know about it even as a career. I do have those games played per year here. We'll get into those in a moment, but he's been a guy who's been injured quite a bit, and unfortunately has not been able to really compete in full seasons. And at the point we're in now, where he stems from this injury, coming back where the Bruins are, everything like that, there really is no point in bringing him back. Now, I do understand bring him to practice, make the other guys compete, and of course, get him back into a rhythm of being able to play. But there really is no need at all for him to come back in the remainder of the season and risk another injury on this shoulder. And the odds of it may be low, but they're not zero, which is something the Bruins are going to have to think about, especially when it comes to the decisions they're going to have to make in the offseason. Of course, well, from him or David Pastrnak as captain, but also the moves they're going to make. We don't want to see him injured once again. And if it's best for the team, although I know Charlie McAvoy wants to get back, it does seem like the best decision would be to shut him down for the remainder of the season after this injury. Now, I know that he wants, to get back on the ice, especially since the Four Nations Faceoff in February was his last game. But it really is just a big risk to bring him back, and is very unnecessary at this point. If the Bruins were going for a playoff spot, it would make a lot of sense, but they're trying to get worse. They want to get this pick, and we're going to touch on here at the end of the video where we stand currently in the standings, and as well as where the pick could be for the Boston Bruins. But kind of going into what Charlie McAvoy had to say about this as well, he came out and also spoke about what Joe Sacco and said, "We're going one day at a time. I think that's how I'm approaching it, and our staff is as well. Just doing every day what we can stay and try, what we can try to improve my shoulder." Now, of course, this is still, a lingering thing, as pretty pointed out by why he has not been back yet and how he's not been back yet and how long he's been out for this. And, coming back for the remaining however many games it would be at the time, let's just say it's 5 or 6 games, there really is no need of it, no point of it, and it really is just an unnecessary amount of concern for the Bruins, for Charlie McAvoy, and for that injury that has been stemming for quite some time. And we know that Charlie McAvoy likes to throw the body, pretty evident from the Four Nations Faceoff, and if he continues to do so, we saw how much of that cross-check which initially caused that, then going out and playing a very solid game against Canada, really messed him up for a long period of time, and we don't want to see that again, because we don't want to see him out for a long period of time. And kind of going on to that points or the games played per season, I saw this when I was going over the Charlie McAvoy stuff, looking at X, and kind of going over what the news was about him. From Big Hit Hockey, the defensemen who have never hit 59 points in the season are Aaron Blackblad, Shea Weber, Alex Pietrangelo, Charlie McAvoy on the list, very surprisingly, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and Thomas Chabot. This kind of came out from Lane Hudson. He's having a great season, but obviously we don't want to see him have a great season. Got to respect him how good he is, but does suck because he is on the Montreal Canadiens. But when I saw this at Charlie McAvoy, it really made me think, how many games has he actually played to not have 59 points in a season? And this kind of brings us to this screenshot here. All of his games played in the NHL, as you can see, 78 is his most. Next up is 74, and then it's all 60s. Now, we do have to remember the years where the league was shut down, the league was down to a smaller amount of games, but Still, in his career, not playing 82 games since, or in his career, but playing since 17 and 18, that really just puts a lot of concern into the injury status of Charlie McAvoy, his history on the injury side of things. And to me, just kind of, once again, emphasizes more the point of no need to bring him back into this Bruins roster at this season. Let him fully heal up, get healthy for next season, and then go and go get 50 points, 60 points, 70 points. Make him be the guy that is going to take the step up next season. With a lot of new players going to be on this team, a lot of younger guys going to be on this team. We want to see him fully healthy. We need to see him fully healthy. So let me know, first of all, what you think about your decision. Do you want to bring him back? What would you think about if this, or what Joe Sacco had to say, no timeline? Would you bring him back? And let me know what your thoughts are on this point total in his career, going with the games played type of thing. It kind of shocked me, not gonna lie, when I saw that, seeing that he has not played really any season above, other than 2, above 70 games played. So let me know what you think about that. I'm very curious to see your opinion on it. But let's go on to our next kind of topic set of this video. The Bruins have made multiple moves over the past day or so, with calling up and sending people down. Starting off here from Elliot Friedman. Sent this yesterday, right after I made my video. Patrick Brown and Vinny Lettieri were sent down on waivers, did clear, which we found out today, but everyone cleared yesterday, and also now the Bruins have called up Jeffery Viel from Providence on an emergency basis. Now, just a few moves that we kind of can see up and down here, expected over the next few days, and as the season kind of goes towards the end. We know the Providence Bruins are in the playoffs, want to send the captain back down, want to get that lineup stacked up and ready to go for the Providence Bruins playoffs, which is going to be a big part of the development of some of these younger guys that will be making the team next year. But looking at these moves, of course, Jeffery Viel on an emergency basis, just getting another player in over the next few games for the 2 that got sent down. We saw that we did see that Fabian Lysell was also sent down, but that seems to be a paper transaction, as he was not, put on waivers, or he wouldn't need to go on waivers or anything, but not sent down to the actual team. But on paper, he was. So I expect him to stay up here for the time being, at least, and once again get sent down when it does come down to the Providence Bruins playoffs. But as this team continues to kind of get worse and not call up any superstars, we don't want to see any prospects up just yet. Although the NCAA playoffs and kind of stuff are ending and teams are starting to get eliminated, we're starting to see a lot of top prospects come over to the NHL. And putting that in our perspective now, with the Bruins, we have moved up to 7th, the 7th pick in the draft after the Pittsburgh Penguins surpassed us. The Buffalo Sabres are a team that could likely surpass us here. The Philadelphia Flyers and the Seattle Kraken. Those 3 teams are all within 1 point of the Boston Bruins. And if we see those 3 teams win, the Bruins lose, continue to move up with a chance of getting the 4th overall pick. This would be exactly what the Bruins need, exactly what we want. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on these upcoming games for the Bruins after, the next set of 8 games or however it may be. As you see, the Bruins got 8 left. The Buffalo Sabres got 9. Philadelphia got 7. And the Seattle Kraken also have 8 remaining, same as the Boston Bruins. And hopefully these teams catch a little bit of a hot streak here at the end of the season. When we're looking at the wins totals and the streaks there, the Boston Bruins on an 8-game losing streak, Flyers, Buffalo on winning streaks, and the Seattle Kraken lost our last game. So hopefully we do see this kind of keep going in this direction, keep the losses coming for the Bruins, keep the wins coming for this Kraken, the Flyers, and the Sabres. But let me know what you think about all of this news here. The Bruins still making some moves, even though they're quite out of it now at this point, but it's still going to be a big point as we get towards the end of the season with making sure that this team loses. So let me know what you think about all of this news, including McAvoy, the moves, and of course the AHL. Let me know what you think. But that's all I got in this video. If you did enjoy, give it a like, hit the sub button as well. But I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.